Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Heidi, let's do the whole darn weekend. It's, Saturday, July the 31st, National Avocado Day. I like avocados. I didn't know that until recently.
But
National Raspberry Cake Day. I bet I like that, too.
I do like raspberries.
And National Mutt Day. We've had a lot of mutts in our day. Most of our dogs are mutts. Adorable mutts, by the way. August 1st, Sunday, International Mahong Day. National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. So you got Raspberry Cake Day Saturday.
It's a big day for raspberries.
Raspberry Cream Pie Day Sunday. National Girlfriends Day. National Minority Donor Awareness Day. Respect for Parents Day. American Family Day. National Friendship Day. And National Sisters Day, Sunday, August the 1st. All of that stuff happening. And it is my mother's birthday. So happy birthday, Mama. All of that. And I have a guest joining me today, Sarah Wayne Callies, with a new audio drama called Aftershock.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New study claims Gen X workers are facing an unemployment crisis. So, Gen X workers apparently looking for jobs, and they're struggling to find them. That's too bad. Hire Gen X workers, hardworking people. A new study says men gain a few pounds after they become fathers. The study looked at information from more than 10,000 U.S. men who were followed from their teen years till their 30s. About a third of the men became fathers during the study period. Upon entering the fatherhood area, men living with their children saw a 2.6% increase in their body mass. Average weight gain, just over 4 pounds. I am so above average. That's not a good thing, but it is true. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. 2 Florida men arrested with more than $100,000 worth of cocaine. That's not good. Christian Hernandez, 42, and Joshua Morales, 42, were arrested and charged with conspiracy to traffic cocaine, 2 counts of trafficking cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Also, Hernandez charged with maintaining a vehicle for the control of for a controlled substance. I don't know what that means.
Huh.
Anyway, all of that stuff happened. 4.4 pounds of cocaine, a bunch of money, and drug paraphernalia. Right around $100,000 worth of cocaine is how much they
Wowzers.
had. Yeah. Anyone with information about drug activity is supposed to reach out to them and say, hey, I know some stuff. That, by the way, is a good idea, but the doing the drugs and transporting the drugs, that is a bad idea, and that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. J-Lo celebrated her 52nd birthday by kissing Ben Affleck aboard a mega yacht in St. Tropez. So, aw. Is that how we're going to celebrate our 52nd birthday? Kissing Ben Affleck on a yacht? Probably not. I hope not. Angelina Jolie managed to make a full beekeeper suit look glamorous as she presented graduates of the French Apidology Observatory. It's a beekeeping place. She got to hand their diplomas to them Wednesday. Jolie, by the way, joins David Beckham and Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea in the ranks of celebrity beekeepers. Did you know any of that?
I did not know that.
Nor did I. And Chucky, the murderous doll, will be back to doing what he does best in October, as revealed in an all-new trailer from Sci-Fi. Chucky is back. You excited about this, Heidi?
I will definitely watch this, yes.
That's Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCannaCompany.com, promo code RADIO. A series of cannabis lounges are opening in New York City. So that's becoming more and more common in more places.
Why is that news? Is that surprising?
No, I think that it's new. I think is why it's news.
Oh,
An American airline passenger hauled off a plane by the police in New Orleans after she refused to wear a mask. The woman absolutely knew she was in the wrong, so she couldn't put up much of a fight, but she just decided, I'm drawing the line in the sand, and this is where I'm at. A high-speed chase that began in Fort Lauderdale ended 1 hour later in Hollywood, Florida, with the car flipping upside down. Holy
Jeepers, they survive?
It sounds like everything's okay. But can you imagine that, seeing a police chase where a car flips over? Yikes. And we head to Romania, where a man returned from vacation to find out he lost his job at the wine bottling company. Why? Because he had been declared dead.
Oh, geez.
His boss said, must have been a computer error. We're really glad that you're not dead, but you can't have your job back because we already replaced you.
Oh.
So you'd think that they would find another job for him or something.
Well, maybe he wasn't a very good employee.
I don't know. It could be. No, did I say he was dead? I said he was a deadbeat. I didn't say he was dead. Anyway, that happened in Romania. And our final story for this program this weekend. New Lamborghini Huracan has a built-in Amazon Alexa in the car. So it's an interesting idea. I guess I'd never really thought about that, but they have it built right in, so you can, while you're driving and doing stuff, you can hands-free say, hey, do this, hey, do that, whatever.
Well, I don't know why that would be any different than a GPS
It's probably
device.
saying, but they're just, they're saying, hey, we're going to build it right in. So there it is. Boom. You give us $150,000 for the car, we'll throw that $20 item in for free. Because we're givers. All right, your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCannaCompany.com, promo code RADIO.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today is Sarah Wayne Callies, and you might know her from a bunch of different projects like The Walking Dead, Council of Dads, Colony, Unspeakable. You've got a lot of fun projects you've done, and now you've got this new one, Aftershock. Tell me a little bit about Aftershock.
So Aftershock is an audio drama, which is kind of like an old school radio play.
Yeah.
And the story is, it's in a lot of ways, it's the story of the new frontier in the modern era, right? So the show starts with the largest earthquake in North American history. It's the big one that everybody's always been afraid of. It levels L.A., reduces the city to rubble. And in the quake, 13 miles off the coast in international waters, a new island rises up out of the sea. And we follow this woman, Cassie, who I play. And there's a tragedy that she experiences in the quake that leads her eventually out to the island. And the story takes place on that island. And it's a story of the new frontier, who comes to new land, who claims it, who loves it, who's afraid of it, what they're running from, and what they're running to.
That sounds like a really fun idea for a program. Now, doing an audio drama like this, is it completely different than doing like a television program? I'm assuming, there's no makeup or hair involved. You get to just kind of sit there and do it at your own leisure, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's beautiful is that our listening audience does the hair and makeup for us. They do the production design for us. They do the special effects for us, right? If I do my job right as the writer and director of this, I give you the words and the sounds, and you provide the visuals. It's your imagination tailored to your experience. And that's an incredible thing, because this would be a very expensive show to make if we were making it visually. But imagination is free. There were a few technical things that I really needed to learn about the audio space, about, don't have more than 4 characters in a scene, because if you can't see them, it's hard to tell who's talking. Certain things like that. You can't have an establishing shot, so I need to find a way to tell an audience where we are without starting every scene with, well, thank you for joining me here on this battleship in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So there was some technical learning involved, but I loved it.
Do you see more of these audio dramas coming in your future? Is this something that you really enjoy doing and would like to do more?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I mean, it's a wonderful place to have a kind of, at least for me, an unprecedented level of creative input. I don't think anybody would ever hand me a budget in film or television to write, direct, produce, and star in anything. At least they wouldn't have before Aftershock. This was an opportunity to really push myself and bring some characters to life that I've always wanted to see, that I haven't seen before. I've got a Native Hawaiian activist who comes to the land because it's a new Pacific island, and she's interested in land claims. There's stories that I've wanted to tell that I got a chance to tell for the first time. And that was beyond,
I, for one, absolutely love this vehicle because, like you had mentioned early on in the program here, it's kind of like the, days gone by, the golden age of radio where they did these audio dramas. And I think it's interesting how we've kind of come full circle, even though we have every bit of technology available for the visuals to do things, and not just in on television, but in HD and with all the computer graphics and animation. But when you do it this way, people get to use their imagination a little more, don't they?
That's exactly right. I think still one of the most legendary cultural entertainment experiences of our time was Orson Welles' War of the World.
Yeah.
And that was a radio drama.
Yeah.
And I think it had the effect it did because it engaged people's imagination, which means it engages your gut. Your brain fills in the things that you are most in love with, that you are most afraid of, that you are most connected to. And that's an extraordinary way to tell a story if you can harness it with the words. And really amazing audio engineering. And I got to say, Jeff Schmidt, our audio engineer on this project, was a legend. And without him, the whole thing would have fallen apart.
I'm going to throw a link to this so folks can find it and appreciate all that you've done. We appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a terrific day.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today, Sarah Wayne Callies. The program, it's an audio drama called Aftershock. It's out right now. I'm going to throw a link to it to make it super simple, super easy to find. We're going to put that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thank you for listening this weekend.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
One man was so constipated that he was for nearly 2 months. Happened in 1965. A 25-year-old man, Angus Barbaria, weighed 456 pounds, was put on a fasting program. It wouldn't be ethical to conduct a study like this today, but at the time, things were different, allowing his doctors to experiment on a strict regimen of multivitamins and minerals. He got his nutrients without eating a scrap of food, which resulted in nearly 2 months of constipation. By the end of the year, he was 180 pounds. He went from 456 pounds to 180.
I couldn't do that.
They say
I couldn't
fasting
go without eating.
To this degree is not recommended. It can lead to serious health conditions. So do not try this at home. So there we go. Boy, that is just bizarre.
I could not do that. I like food too much, unfortunately.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan of food. That is your fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline China. China has announced that it is building the fastest train in history. So that's interesting.
How fast will it go?
It doesn't say. You'd think that they'd put that in the headline.
You would think so.
I know there are bullet trains that go hundreds of miles an hour, so this is going to go millions of miles an hour. Okay, maybe not that fast, but it's going to go fast. How do I know? It says fast right in the headline, but not how fast. That is a news headline, just the headline, from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Florida man said he's no longer allowed to play his tuba at the beach. Derek Nagel said Beach Patrol stopped him while he was cranking out tunes on the beach.
Why?
He's a music therapy major. He loves to play and called the music Absence of Stress.
Why
a
can't
town
they play on the
manager
beach?
said playing the tuba violated the entertainment ordinance. They wrote to the town council and said, hey, this needs to be changed, but until it does, he cannot unless he wants to get fined for doing so.
Well, that's ridiculous.
If I had a tuba and I was at the beach, I would wait till people are walking and I would go, womp, 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 womp.
Maybe that's what he was doing. That's why he got complaints.
Exactly what I was thinking he was doing. It doesn't say that. It actually sounds like he's a professional and he knows what he's doing. But that would be really funny. And then I could see getting bad. Hey, get the tuba away from this guy. Come on, funny boy. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. 2 police officers and a driver were among the 5 hospitalized following a fisticuffs fight on board a Boston school bus last week. Officers, one was bitten, the other kicked in the head, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The fight between 3 students started at 8 a.m. on Friday in the city's Jamaica Plains section. Students from the program were being transported to a summer learning program. Turns out that a lot of these people were getting in trouble. It says students have emotional, behavioral, and learning needs. Anyway, doesn't know the condition of the driver, but the 2 officers sound like they're going to be okay. It says, our buses are an extension of our classroom. The situation will be fully evaluated. Appropriate support will be provided, and any disciplinary action will be taken in accordance with the BPS Code of Conduct. So, they mean business.
Papers.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pine Heights, Baltimore, Maryland. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Pine Heights.
That one I'm going to say rehab center because we just had a golf course.
And the answer is Rehab Center. Yay! Good job. So you're saying if I want to trick you, all I have to do is make it rehab. Good to know. I will plan accordingly. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Here's the headline: How the gift of a doll forever shaped a young girl's life. When you were growing up, did you have dolls, Heidi?
Oh, yeah. I loved my dolls.
What kind of dolls did you have?
I had Barbie dolls. I had Cabbage Patch dolls. I had all kinds of dolls. I had Strawberry Shortcake dolls. I loved them. 40
years ago, a little girl was handed a young refugee doll. That act of kindness shaped the course of this young refugee girl's life and started a lifelong friendship. Dr. Noon Tran Davies was only 5 when she and her 5 siblings and her mother arrived in Edmonton Airport. It's 1979. Family had fled their home because of the Vietnam War and spent 8 months in Malaysia at a refugee camp and then into an Alberta church sponsoring them to come into Canada. Being 4 years old, having gone from war and poverty, we had lost everything. So being cramped in a boat with about 300 other refugees in the belly of the boat, I can only remember how nauseating and suffocating it was, she recalled. People were throwing up and they were sitting, defecating where they were. It was a horrible experience. Did not sound like a kind of cruise I'd want to go on.
No, it does not.
She and her family had lost everything. They had nothing. When they passed through the gates at the airport, a young girl by the name of Adrian, was waiting for her with a doll. This little girl presented this gift, the doll, and she said, in my heart, in that moment, it meant everything to me. The doll came to symbolize for me all of the kindness and compassion and generosity the Canadians gave to us. And she said, I knew our lives would change forever. That gift began a lifelong friendship between these two girls, by the way, who continue to visit every day to this day. The thing that's really cool, 40 years later, this is how much it's meant to her. She's actually recently put out a book. It's a children's book titled The Doll, and it details her experience and how this single act of kindness changed her life.
Oh, that's lovely.
That really is lovely, and it's dedicated to her friend. That's cool, too. I've got a link to the story. You can actually see a photo of these two when they were kiddos, and then there's photos of them now as well. It's all in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.